The following program is sponsored by Yaba TV.
Welcome to our beautiful show, the Yaba TV show. I am your host, Yasia. Today our topic is building a relationship. Well, I can tell you one thing. You're going to learn so much from our show today, because if you don't have a relationship with your family, friends, and neighbors, or people you work with, well, when you watch this show today, you have a different view about this old topic called building a relationship. We have two guests on the show. My first guest is Trinitria Muhammad, and my second guest is Charles Brister. Both of them, they have different views, but they all boil down to the same meaning that you are going to find out when you watch our show today. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everybody you know about our brilliant show, the Yaba TV show. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to our beautiful show, the Yaba TV show. My name is Yasia, your host. Today, we have an interesting topic, how to build a relationship. And Trinitria, I want to pronounce her name correctly. Forgive me, English is not my first language, so I speak several different languages. But Trinitria Muhammad,
that is correct,
is my guest on the show. I wanted to keep that in because we try to make this show as natural as possible. I'm not trying to polish anything. It is who I am. I'm a different person from a different background, non-born American, but I'm an American citizen now. So anyway, our show is different. We're talking about building a relationship. And my guest on the show is Trinitria Muhammad. We're going to talk about so much today. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everybody to watch our show. But at this time, I want to take this moment to welcome Trinitria. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk about the topic, building relationships. I think it's a wonderful topic that people need to understand and hear about.
Absolutely. But first, our audience watching the show, some of them are maybe curious to know, who is Trinitria?
I am an entrepreneur. I've been working for myself in real estate for the last 35 years. And for the last 13 years, I've been licensed as a California professional fiduciary. So I manage trust, estates, and conservatorships. And that particular aspect of my professional life has taken me to places that I've never thought I would be as a professional fiduciary, specifically managing the conservatorships. Yes.
Okay. So everyone has a different view about the topic today, building a relationship. But what is your view about that topic?
You know, anytime you're in business, building rapport is one of the most important things that you can do. So being honest is very important. Saying things that you understand to know as truth is important.
I like that, honest and truthful. So why is self-improvement and positive thinking important to you?
Oh, yes. Great question. So self-improvement is something that we study every Friday night. I'm in the Nation of Islam, and we have a group or a class called Self-Improvement. It's the basis for community development.
Okay.
If you don't improve yourself, how can you step out and improve your household? How can you step out and improve your neighborhood? How can you step out and improve your community? So we dig deep into our own emotions, and we bring whatever is deep down in us up out. We discuss it, and then we learn how to master ourselves. So that's very important. You have to be able to master your emotions, or else how can you improve yourself?
Interesting. And you have a nonprofit organization. which I learned a little bit that you have so much passion about it, and because one of the reasons you are an advocate for so many people. Let's talk about that.
Yes, ma'am. That's so important because my nonprofit is called Speaking for Yourself. Speaking for Yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's an intellectual property that I was blessed to have called the Advanced Personal Care Directive. And this directive is so important for us, for people to think about their own personal desires. For instance, if you become incapacitated, what are some of the most intricate, important things to you? Your rituals that you do in the morning, the way you like to eat, your diet, music, things that make you happy, things that make you sad. It's a document that memorializes your most intricate desires.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so excited about the document because it's been well received so far. And so many people in our community do not have a trust or estate. And this document, once it's notarized, it can become a part of an estate plan. Or if you don't have an estate plan, it can be the beginning of a budding estate plan. So I'm really excited about the future of the Advanced Personal Care Directive.
Mm-hmm. So you're like the voice for the voiceless in some communities here in our society, California, Los Angeles, or should I say Southern California. Do you have boundaries as to where you service? Is it only Los Angeles or is part of Southern California?
That's a great question because the license that I carry can actually work in any part of our contiguous United States. But I've been focused here in Los Angeles County for the last 13 years. And a conservatorship specifically is for someone who has become incapacitated.
Mm-hmm. Well said. But looking at the camera, tell our audience how they can reach you.
My name is Trinitra Mohammed. You can really visit my website where you will learn a little bit more about how I got started. It's called Speaking for, the number 4, Your, YOURSELF, speakingforyourself.org, or you can email me at speakingforyourself.com. That's my email, or you can call me, that would be great, at 310-654-4302.
Well said. I do want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on our show to express yourself and give us your views about this topic today. It's been such a great honor to have you.
Oh, and it's such a great honor to sit here with you. It just feels so good. I'm so happy that you invited me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We need to take a quick break to acknowledge our sponsors. When we come back, we will continue with the show. Don't go away. Welcome back to our lovely show, the Yaba TV show. I am your host, Cecile. Today we are talking about building a relationship. I love it. In every aspect of life, you have to build a relationship, and a good one too. So I have Charles Brister with me from 1-800-UNITE-US, who is going to talk to you about what he knows about this topic, and we'll get to find out what Charles does. Welcome to the show, Charles.
Hey, thank you. It's great to be here. I feel like I'm at Wakanda in San Pedro, you know, in the midst of African royalty.
Yes.
Yes. Well, relationships are so important in your personal life, even dealing with your family members, dealing with loved ones, dealing with businesses. For businesses, it can be make or break. You know, out there's a barbershop named Joe's Barber. And Joe cut this little boy's hair years ago, and now Joe is cutting that little boy's son's hair and the grandson's hair, all because of the relationship he developed with the little boy Joe.
So the legacy continues.
The legacy continues, yeah. We have businesses like Bowers Cleaners, who's at the third generation, you know, and the reason they're able to do that is because they give great service, friendly service, and build that relationship with the customers. It's such a key. It's the best thing about doing good business is developing good relationships.
So if you're building a good relationship within yourself, within your household, then you can take that to the rest of the world. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're exactly right. You know, it's dealing with your family members. You know what to say to get them upset, and you know what to say to make them happy, right? So we all have choices. Don't let things go overnight, and don't bring up something that happened over 5 years ago.
So a home is only called a home if it's peaceful.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
If it's not peaceful, I don't want to call it a home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So-
Luther Vandross had a song, "A House is Not a Home," you know. He talks about what makes it a home.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So now let's talk about 1-800-UNITE-US. You've been doing this for a very long time, precisely about 20-something years?
Yeah, I actually started in the 1990s. It was after the Rodney King situation. And then I realized that a lot of our problems and solutions have to do with economics. Rodney King didn't have his registration up, right? It's an economic problem, right? And so if we can avoid those economic problems, that'll solve a lot of other problems. A lot of the crime in black communities is economic related. Somebody's short on money, maybe they're hooked on drugs or something. But among those of us that are running a decent business, that are working, the crime rate is very low. So the more of us that are running businesses to where we can hire more of our people, that's going to be better for all of us. I was reading where black people make up about 13% of the population, but only about 8% of the workforce. However, among black-owned businesses, they make up over 60% of the workforce, you see. So the more black businesses we have, the more of us going to be working, and then plus, that money is going to tend
Recycle your black dollars.
Exactly, and that involves the multiplier effect of the dollar. So let's say I spend $10 with you, you spend $20 at Louise's beauty supply. She spends that's $20 somewhere else with another black business. So that's $20 going to 3 different people is now $60 that has been spent within the community. So it multiplies. And other ethnic groups, they understand that. Some of them do it without even thinking about it because they have a language basis support, an ethnic basis support. Like, for instance, Somalis in Minnesota are wealthy because of their language. They tend to do business with each other, right? And they eat, they know the food, they know the music, so there's a cultural reason that they're going to do business with each other anyway. A lot of them are related. So the money that they spend, they tend to spend a lot more with each other as a percentage than us African Americans. We're in an opposite situation because most of us had our names taken away, had our languages taken away during slavery.
But some of you are now connecting back to the motherland. You find purpose.
Yes.
Even though your name may be James White, it's okay.
Yeah.
But name is just a name.
Right.
But the character behind the name is what defines who you are.
That's the key.
So some people now stepping out of their comfort zone and going to Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Ethiopia, Senegal, you name it. You've been to a couple of countries in Africa, correct?
Yeah, I was in Egypt. I used to work on ships, like passenger ships, oil tankers, freighters. So I had a chance to go through the Suez Canal and get out and visit Egypt. And what's surprising to me is they thought I was Egyptian. Just looking at me, they thought I was Egyptian.
Your complexion.
So don't let those Hollywood movies fool you.
So let's talk about 1-800-UNITE-US. Why should people of color sign up with you and connect with you with 1-800-UNITE-US?
Well, if you're in business, the more people that know about you, the better, right? The more people know about you, the better. And the nice thing about us, people know they can call us to find any type of black business. They might be looking for a woman's clothing store or a bicycle shop or a plumber, a doctor, a lawyer, a nice restaurant, anything. But all they have to do is remember 1-800-UNITE-US. And that's the actual number is 1-800-864-8387. And you can call 1-800-UNITE-US, or you can text us, or you can email us info@1-800-UNITEUS.com. So So any of those ways, you can let us know what you're looking for, and then we'll connect you with a black business owner or professional.
Interesting. And there is a story behind that 1-800-UNITE-US, how you obtained that number. Can you tell us?
Oh yeah, I was looking to do something because to help us out economically. I said, well, we got to spend more money with black business. But I had trouble finding black businesses. And so I talked to some business owners, and they agreed. And shortly after that, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning with this number in my head, 1-800-UNITE-US. I don't know how I woke up or who woke me up, but I woke up. Maybe it was spiritual. I don't know. So I called.
You must be a Christian. I'm a Christian too.
All right,
It's
well,
okay.
hello, Christian.
Yeah.
So I called AT&T, and the number just rang and rang. I called the number 1-800-UNITE-US.
It didn't belong to anyone.
It didn't belong to anyone. No voicemail,
And there you
nothing.
go, boom.
And then I called AT&T 8 o'clock that morning.
You registered
and
it.
had 1-800-UNITE-US ever since then.
Look at our audience to the camera and tell them exactly how they can reach you. I know you've already said the number. That's the name of your company, and that's
Yes.
the number as well.
Yes.
But how can they reach you as we've closed this discussion today?
Okay, so again, you can call 1-800-UNITE-US. That's 1-800-864-8387. Or you can email us, info@1-800-UNITEUS.com. Or you can text 1-800-UNITE-US. And we'll get right back to you and help you locate those good black businesses and professionals.
All right, well said. I do want to thank you for taking the time to come on our show, and I wish you continuous success with 1-800-UNITE-US.
Unite us.
All right.
Thank you very much.
No problem. We need to take another quick break to acknowledge our sponsors, because those guys, we are so proud of them. Without them, we don't have a show. Be back in a moment. Well, I'm sure you enjoyed the music video so much, just like I have. Sometimes I almost forget that I'm working. But we are on every Sunday at 2 p.m. on Channel 13, KCOP. If you haven't heard yet, well, this is it. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everybody you know about our beautiful show. Well, we do have a YouTube channel, Yaba Media. When you go to Yaba Media, you will find past shows. When you watch them, enjoy them, and relax, just feel comfortable with our shows. But do me a favor. You must share, like, and subscribe. That's the only way we grow, and that's the only way we know that you're supporting us and you're liking what we're doing in the community, bridging the cultural divide between Africans and African Americans based on first-hand knowledge. Well, we are on every Sunday at 2 p.m. on Channel 13, KCOP. We will see you next week at the same time on the Yaba TV show, your contemporary bridge to the motherland, Africa.
The previous program was sponsored by Yaba TV.